What's going on YouTube? How's everybody doing? It's Wheezy here. I'm definitely glad to be back to show another build video. But first, got to take the time to appreciate any subscribers, any followers. I appreciate you guys' love. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. If you are new to the channel, please go subscribe. Please watch any previous videos. Please hit that like button. I definitely would appreciate it. Definitely go follow me on Twitch at Wheezy_2588. I can't appreciate you guys enough, man. The love is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. But without further ado, we are going to get into this build. First thing is specialization. All right, you can use two specializations in this case, demolitionist or technician. Now there are a few ways for each specialization, the way you can have your builds. I will try to explain a few different ways for each specialization the best way I can. All right, there is many ways you can build this build. All right, as for the demolitionist, you definitely want everything unlocked, but you mainly want explosive ordnance. You want the extra 10% explosive damage. You definitely want to make sure you have these other talents down here unlocked as well for team support as well. Also your gun. If you're going to use the technician, you definitely want amped, which is +1 skill tier. Definitely dismantling up here for damage to extra drones and robotics. You definitely want overclock CPU here, extra 10% skill damage. These other two talents here mainly as well, good for support. Faraday Field and Technomancy. You definitely want the bonus armor for when you're throwing skills. And this is also good support for undisrupted skills are immune to shock and disruption. Your team will be immune to that if they're around your skill, which is very beautiful. All right, getting into the build, we got a full four-piece hardwire set here with China Light and the waveform holster. All right, we're going to get into the chest piece. It comes with a skill tier. We got max skill damage. I do put in armor on kill mods on this build. This build does defy skill haste. This build four-piece lets you take off 30 seconds of any skill in the game. All right, so if your skill is at 30 seconds or even more than 30 seconds, it's fine. It's going to cut off most of that, letting you be able to use your skill again the fastest in the game. So you can literally throw back-to-back skills if you'd like. All right, this is the only build that can let you do that in this game. So you definitely want to pay attention to how things are acting and things are going in the midst of battle for this build. We got positive reinforcement as the talent on the chest piece. Increases feedback loop, skill damage and repair bonus to 10% to 25%. All right. You have to be wearing this chest piece with a four-piece, with a full four-piece hardwire for this to be active. All right. You just have to wear it. We get into the backpack. It comes with skill tier. We got max skill damage roll. I also got an armor on kill mod. Short circuit is the talent on the backpack. Decreases feedback loop cooldown from 20 seconds to 10 seconds. This will let you throw any skill every 10 seconds. If your skill cooldown is at least around 30 seconds or even more, it's going to allow you to throw your skill again the next 10 seconds that this comes off of cooldown. All right, your short circuit feedback loop is an automatic cooldown every time you throw a back-to-back skill. You will have a cooldown, a hardwire symbol at the bottom of your screen, and you have to wait for it to cool down. Once it cools down, then you can lay a skill, throw a skill to reset your second skill. That's how this works. We got hardwire gloves here. Skill tier, skill damage maxed out. Same for the knee pads. Skill tier, skill damage maxed out. As for the holster, it's exotic waveform holster. It's all right if you don't have this. If you don't have this, then just use either another piece of Hana U or a piece of Wyvern. Will definitely fit here with the same attributes. It will definitely work just as well. You just won't be getting the extra 30% skill damage stack, but it definitely doesn't really hurt the build. So definitely don't worry if you don't have this holster. But if you do have this holster, definitely use it. As for the mask, we're using China Light Mask. Comes with a skill tier. We got max skill damage, armor regeneration, and armor on kill. All right. Now, the reason I don't have any haste on this build, the only haste you should really have is on the exotic holster, because you can't change it. It comes like that. But that haste right there on the holster will definitely be enough to have your skills come back in time for when the HardWire's feedback loop comes back off of cooldown. The reason why I'm wearing armor on kill mods is because there is no survivability to this build, and the next best mods for your gear would be skill haste, but we're defying skill haste in this whole purpose. So I just threw some more survivability onto the build. It's not dramatic, but it is some for why you're sitting in cover for so long. So we can regen a little bit of armor, and as our skills are killing enemies and you're killing enemies, you can receive, pieces of armor back. So it does help in this situation for when there's nothing else to put there if you're not going to put skill haste. All right, as for those 2 skills, this works for any skills that you want to use. So you can use any 2 skills, but the best way I'm going to present this build is using the turret and the seeker. You're going to use the regular assault turret. This acts like a whole nother person out there shooting. Of course, a big distraction. This is what you're constantly going to be picking up and laying down at the same time, so you can actually have the HardWire feedback loop cycle going. So you can, as soon as it goes off a cooldown, you'll be laying this turret again, and then your skill will come back. The Seeker as well. The Seeker, we're just going to be constantly throwing the Seeker every 10 seconds. This is the fastest you can throw it in the game. And we're also throwing the most mines we can per minute. I believe it's 60 mines per minute, which is 6 Seekers per minute, which is pretty insane. It's just constant throwing your Seeker and constantly throwing your skills. As for the guns, the capacitor is going to be probably the top gun to use in this situation. If you do like to shoot, this would be the gun to shoot. Make sure you're shooting and stacking the capacitor's talent up here, which is capacitance. You definitely want to fill up all of your points here in this in the capacitor for sure. Make sure it stays full. The second gun I'm using is the mechanical animal. We're using Future Perfection. When you get a chance at a low health enemy or get any other chance to try to get a kill with this weapon, this will send your skills into overcharge. So you can have overcharge for 15 seconds. You can also time your Seekers. And you can probably throw 2 Seekers if you time it right. You can throw 2 Seekers within this overcharge. It's definitely useful. As for the pistol, you can use any pistol you want. I use the special card here, the card custom. It comes with an extra skill tier. We're not really using that, but there is a way you can. I will get into that. And I roll in sync. In every case you ever come down to your pistol, you can have in sync to proc as well while you can throw your skills. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to the shooting range. I definitely want to show you guys in action what's happening. Try to explain it the best way I can, because you have to see it to know what's going on, and then you'll actually carry it with you into battle when you are in the midst of fighting enemies and everything's going on. Okay, what it is of course, if you can stack your capacitor up first, shoot some enemies first. Definitely get your capacitor all the way up to 40 points here. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to throw our Seeker first. Go ahead and let your Seeker go off the rip. Let it blow up. Make sure it blows up first. You're going to lay your Seeker, or lay your turret so your Seeker can come back. As soon as your Seekers come back, go ahead and throw it again. All right. Now your cooldown for your HardWires down there is going away. You want to pick your turret up and lay it again. You'll get your Seeker right back. Right there's 3 Seekers in 30 seconds. All right. We're going to throw another. We're going to try this process again. Wait for our HardWire cooldown. It's over. Lay our turret. There it is. Your Seeker comes back every single time. Every single time. If you notice the HardWire cooldown down there, it's on cooldown. As soon as it goes away, just make sure you have your turret ready. Lay it again. Your Seeker's always going to be ready every time you pick up and lay that turret. Just make sure the HardWire cooldown is away. It's going away. Time it. It's a rhythm. Definitely time the rhythm of it, and you'll be able to throw any other skill. Doesn't have to be the seeker. It could be any other skill, and you'll be able to throw it every 10 seconds that hardwire feedback loop cools down. Now this is the best way I can explain it. It's pretty simple. I'm pretty sure you see it. We are throwing a seeker every 10 seconds here. So that's 6 seekers to every minute, and we're throwing 60 mines. It's 10 mines in every seeker, so 60 mines per minute. This is very, very useful. All right, it's very, very useful build. The seekers distract enemies, push them out of cover, knocks armor off. It does all of that. And when you're doing this every 10 seconds constantly on a consistent basis in your nice routine, this build is very, very crowd controllable for sure in its way for explosions. Now you can also use the healing hive. If you choose to use the turret, I would suggest the healing hive. This definitely is more support for your team in healing. And you can also do the same thing as like you are dropping the turret and picking it up. It still will work the same. It still will work the same. And this can also give your team more support at the same time. And yourself. Beautiful way to use it for them 2 skills. Now, if you're using the grenade launcher, which is the demolitionist, you can also use this card pistol here that we have, giving us an extra +1 skill tier. So you can actually change out one of these pieces with skill tier for an armor roll. All right, in this case, you can do any piece you want, but I have it here, the China Light Industry. So we have an armor roll, almost over 900k armor. So we have a little more armor, and we're still at 6 tiers. So you can run the build this way too as well. It works perfectly just fine. Works just the same. You just have an extra armor roll, which is probably a better way to run it. This is why I do have it this way. I am finagling a lot of pieces. There is many ways to build this build, so this is one of them. If you're going to use the demolitionist, make sure you use the card. And then you can roll an armor roll in here as well, and then the build will still act the same. If you're going to use the technician, you can actually roll 2 armor rolls. You can have 2 armor rolls with the 6 tiers as well. We'll go ahead and switch to this technician real quick. All right, we're still at 6 tiers. We have the technician giving us +1 tier and the card pistol giving us another tier. So that's an extra 2 tiers. All right, and we can actually roll another, any one of these hardwire pieces to an extra armor roll, and you can have 2 armor rolls, and you can be over 1,000,000 armor. I'm pretty sure you'll be well over 1,000,000 armor and 1.1 million armor. So you can also do it that way as well, which I definitely will try. I was getting to it, but definitely wanted to show this build. If you use the technician, definitely make sure you're using the skills to stay close, because the technician gives extra immunity to certain things. So definitely make sure you're staying close to skills and using some teams. It's more team support when you're using the technician, I believe. So definitely treat the build how you want. There is different ways you can maneuver and finagle it around. You can use Wyvern as well. You don't have to use China Light. You can use, if you're using a status effect skill, you can also use a piece of Goblin if you'd like. So, and it doesn't have to be in these exact spots. You mainly have to finagle the mask, gloves, and knee pads. So you do have 3 pieces to work with here. And any pieces will work, Wyvern, China Light, or anything. Just you can experiment with this build even farther and until it's the way that you like it. Now there are different ways without the chest piece and the backpack, which I will set up here. Let me set this up. This is another way. If you do like more damage and want more damage out of the build, you definitely can go this way. which we have here. We're going to use a China Light chest piece instead of the HardWire chest piece. And we can also use, let's see what else here. I believe I have a Wyvern backpack, but I think it's in my stash, but it's okay. We'll put the strategic alignment on, and then we'll, for show, we'll do, we'll say Wyvern kinetic momentum here. All right, you can also wear it like, let's see, we got to have the back. We'll say. Also like this, with Wyvern chest piece. You can also use the China Light chest piece that you've seen me have here. Glass cannon, if you want more damage, would be a way to go. Just be more careful. You got to stay in cover more. Can't take a lot of damage. You can also try it the glass cannon way. You can also do an armor roll in here as well. You can also have more armor because we are wearing glass cannon, which would be a smarter way. But if you do use the chest piece, then you can take off the backpack as well. You will be losing 10 seconds on the feedback loop for the 10-second cooldown. You'll lose 10 seconds, so you'll be able to throw your skills every 20 seconds instead of 10 seconds is what it is. So if you sacrifice that 10 seconds, which is fine, you can also do that as well. You can also use another backpack here. We have, you can use the China Light perfect alignment, I believe I have down here. You can use the perfect alignment with perfect shock and all. That'll work as well. To skill damage and repair, because HardWire does have repair 30% into it as well. You can also use tech support. That's another good one, and also combined arms. Whichever one you use, it will be better. It will be beautiful because you're increasing the skill damage, which what the build does anyway, is skill damage. So however you want to run it is either way. There are a lot of ways. I just broke down some of the ways that you could mainly do it, and probably the best way I could. So definitely have fun with the build. It's a very, very fun build. It's very, 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 very fun build. It's constantly just throwing your skills. This is another way I would run it right here as well. Get some more explosive damage out of the explosive skills you're using. If you don't use an explosive skill, then use a Wyvern chest piece. It would be the next best thing for more skill damage. But that is the build, guys. I appreciate you guys' time. I can't thank you guys enough. If you are new to the channel, please go subscribe. Please go follow me on Twitch. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are awesome. In the meantime, you guys be easy, be safe. Weezy out.